trees up so we could open up the street so that the vehicles can get through. I just want to thank some of our neighbors for helping out and doing that. But we really were devastated down here in Kendall. Trees are down, roofs are blown off, patios, screened-in patios with the high pool screens were totally devastated. This thing about shingle roofs, too, has never been proven in Florida. I mean, when they first came out with them, they didn't know whether they were going to stand up under a hurricane. Well, I can tell you they won't. A lot of houses were missing sections of shingles off their...
Yeah, and the shingles become missiles.
Right, exactly. I had one go through my window at the height of the storm. And it was the worst thing I've ever faced in my life. I mean, it was frightening, really frightening. People just don't know how frightening it is. It sounds like you have a freight train coming right through your living room. And it didn't go on for 10 minutes. It went on for hours.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear noises and all kinds of things, and you have no idea what's going on outside until it got light out. We could peek out the windows and see what the devastation was. And we were just amazed at what went on down here.
I am right now looking at Coconut Grove on Channel 4, and the area down by on the bayfront there on Bayshore Drive.
Uh-huh.
And there are boats that capsized, boats that people didn't get out of the water that are just totally ruined. The area around on Bayshore Drive is littered full of debris, trees that fell down. They're showing Dinner Key right now. It really is just destroyed.
Yeah, well, we had people would park their cars parallel to their house in front of their doors or something. Almost every car, I went around the different blocks in the neighborhood, and almost every car that was parked that way, parallel to the house, had busted out windows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the windows were busted out in the cars. But the cars that parked on the side of the houses, the way they were supposed to park between the houses, got through the storm without any problems.
Yeah. I parked between two houses, and my windows got badly cracked.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you can't control debris.
Right.
That flies around, and it was probably from one of those shingle roofs you were talking about.
Right. I was across the street. I live across the street from a lake, and I went behind the houses, and every house on the lake had damage to the backyard. I lost all the trees in my backyard.
Yeah.
I had no trees in the front yard. I had one big tree which I took out several months ago, but I had everybody else's trees in my yard.
Okay, thanks. Let's go next to North Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hank, how you doing?
All right.
I'm over here in North Miami Beach, and we had a lot of damage with trees and stuff around the house.
Right.
And these are like huge, massive trees. I was wondering if you know if the county is going to come out and give us a hand to try and chop these down. We don't have any chainsaws. Right?
Yeah, they'll be out tomorrow. In fact, and reading the list of county services where the employees must report to work tomorrow, one of them, of course, is for people who are involved in cleaning up and people who would be cleaning debris and that sort of thing. In fact, I'm looking for the county release now that says that damage assessment teams will be going to work, building inspectors, transportation people, water and sewer authority people.
Right.
Debris clearance and removal personnel. That would cover that.
Do you think they'll come out with chainsaws and help us out and give us a hand to chop some of these big trees down?
Maybe not tomorrow. It's going to take a few days, but they'll get out there.
I have another question. What do you know about electricity? What's going on with that? Like, is there like a time, like 2 days or 2 weeks, or?
Florida Power and Light has estimated anywhere from 1 to 7 days.
1 to 7 days. All right. Well, listen. Thanks a lot for all the information.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Let's go next to Pompano Beach. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hank. I was just going to ask you, do you know anything about the trash?
Trash collection?
We're supposed to get one tomorrow.
I would think so.
You think so?
Yeah, the county employees who are into that are supposed to report to work.
I'll say. Okay. So these people that are talking about their mail delivery, well, I want to be the first to say that I didn't get a paper today.
I don't know if there was a paper today.
I know. I'm only kidding. I figured I'd be the first.
Okay.
Okay. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Let's go next to Kendall. Hello, Kendall.
Yeah, hi, Hank.
Hi.
I've been calling all day. I just got back from the road. I live out in Keysgate. Do you know where that is in Homestead?
Yes.
Baseball field.
I know. Yeah, how'd the baseball field come out of this?
I don't know, because I can't get near there. I left my wife when I went on the road, and I called the police in Homestead. Can't get through. Called 911. Won't answer. They said all the lines are down in Homestead. It's devastated. And I don't know how my condo is or where my wife is.
You don't know where your wife is?
No, I left her on the thing, and she has relatives in Lauderdale, but there's no way of getting in touch. I called the Holiday Inn and the Days Inn to see, hey, what happened in Homestead? And the only reports I got on WIOD, since I got home.
Are you home in Homestead now?
No, I'm at my son's house in Kendall.
I see.
And Homestead was, closed out. It's, devastated, they said.
Now, did your wife evacuate? Did she go to Fort Lauderdale, you say?
Yeah, she went to Fort Lauderdale.
Well, she's probably still there.
Well, I'm going to call because I've been running around like crazy. I try to get the Homestead, and
I can't find your wife.
You can't find my wife, Hank.
However, if she's listening, if she's within the sound of my voice,
right,
I'll have her, send you a message somehow.
Okay. Or if anybody could call in, saying what, if they know anything about Keysgate, because, you never know. But nobody, I've been listening a lot of hours on IOD.
Okay, well, maybe somebody will call.
Thanks a lot, Hank.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Kendall again, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hank?
Yes, sir.
This is Don Carter.
Hey, Don, how are you?
Well, I'm not very good. I can shed a little light on that gentleman, not his wife, but
Keysgate?
the shape that Homestead is in, and I just can't believe they give it no attention. It's devastated down there.
Well, we've had reports, about about the base down there being wiped out.
I'm not talking about the base. I'm talking about probably 5,000 people homeless that have no place to go, and people are talking about their garden they ruined, and it's just devastated, Hank.
Yeah.
I was down this afternoon. We had a brand new bowling center down there, 44 lanes with Paula Carter lanes.
Did you lose it?
Totaled. Just completely totaled. We had about 8 loyal employees there when this thing hit, and thank God they hid under the pool tables and covered their heads with towels from the debris, and they all got out unscratched. But 2 of them lived in trailer homes, and they're somewhere in the Everglades by now. They were completely destroyed, so it probably saved their life, but we thought, it would be safe in there for them. And
part of the most of the people down here, Don, are living in ignorance in terms of the destruction in South Dade because they can't see it because of power outages. They don't have television reception, and so they all they can go by or what they've heard. But I've been watching the different channels as they've shown film of those areas, both from the air and from the ground, and it's just not to be believed. I mean, it's just something that you can't, nobody can imagine.
Well, Hank, that's true, and like I say, I live here in Kendall, and when I got out, Paul and I felt so terribly because our house was unscathed, but, we lost all our fencing, our trees, and big deal, And then we head down to Homestead, and we see these houses that are just demolished. And the other point, I have to laugh when they say there's 8 people dead. We have about 1,500 trailers down there, which are all destroyed. And we talked to the police, and they said that half of them wouldn't get out last night. They went door to door to everybody, and half of them stayed. We don't know how many people are under the rubble of all those mobile homes, Hank.
Yeah, they've.
It's just. I went down there, the turnpike, and came back up US 1, and it's devastated. We heard Florida City is just the same way, 90% destroyed.
Right.
There's a trailer park next to where our lanes was, and they have 230, and there were 3 of them left. I mean, just 3 is all that was in the park. So I don't know whether, the eye came right over there, from what I understand, and they tell me it's stronger to the north of the eye. Well, don't believe that.
No, I heard Bob Weaver this morning, and he said that, contrary to what some people had said about the strength being north of it, that the most destruction comes right where the eye goes through, and that's certainly what happened here.
Well, it did, and I just, I've been listening to you for some time, and I don't know, maybe you've announced where these people in Homestead, all of them that are homeless, where they can go. I hear other addresses, but it just... I don't know,
all the addresses that I have are the ones in South Dade, and I can read those again. There are many of them... I've got so many pieces of paper here, but wait a second. I read this list earlier. Most of them are around South Miami Senior High, which is on Southwest 53rd Street, Green Glade Elementary on Southwest 127th Avenue, and I stressed earlier, and I'll stress it again, that these shelters are available tonight. Kendale Lakes Elementary, which is not close to Homestead, Gloria Floyd Elementary on Southwest 109th Avenue and 127th Street, Kenwood School, 103rd.
Well, probably
Avenue.
Why you don't have any down there. I don't think there's much left, Hank.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. And I just, wanted to let you know what was going on and all the people that are homeless down there, and if there's anything,
All right, Don. Thanks for your call.
All right, Hank.
Next time we talk, I hope it's under far more pleasant circumstances.
Fine. Thanks, Hank.
Please give my best to Paula.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Don Carter. It's 10:39 here on News Talk Radio, 610 WIOD and WFLC in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Palm Beach.
You're listening to a special edition of the Hank Goldberg Show from our sister station in Miami on News Talk Radio, 620 WSUN.
Carl Gables, hello.
Yeah, hi, Hank.
Hi.
Listen, I live right on Bird Road. I don't know if you're familiar with the area west of Gables High School.
Yes.
And, I'm having a problem with perspective here. All the trees that used to line or were in the median on Bird Road?
Yeah.
Well, they're all trashed.
Right.
These huge trees with huge 10-foot diameter trunks are just, shredded.
Right.
How much worse was it in Kendall? Obviously, we have no TV. We have,
Well, take the trees, shred them, uproot them, and destroy a few houses. Suck the windows out of high-rise buildings. Destroy and level stores and buildings. I mean, just totally leveled, blown out. Nothing left but a couple of pieces of the foundation. Does that tell you?
You mean like when they show tornadoes in the Midwest?
When they show a bombed-out building.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that.
My goodness. Also, wanted to ask, someone called a while back. I think they were up on Commercial and on the beach.
Yeah.
And they said there was power up there.
In some areas, yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't get hit nearly as badly in Broward.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Well, I have the reason I'm asking is I have a friend up in Tampa who has a condo up on Commercial right on the beach. And if he has power there, he's trying to get me to find out so I can ask him to come down.
I can't tell you building by building, but there was certain parts of it.
I just want to catch the football game on Thursday.
I don't know. Yeah, okay. Let's go next to football game. Actually, we were watching it. Let's go to Hollywood. Hello.
Hi, Hank.
You're interested in the football game. Kansas City was pounding Buffalo tonight.
Wow.
Like a storm. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, you had a caller a little while ago wanting to know if Broward Community College would be open tomorrow.
And one of the instructors there called and said no.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Next we go to Wilton Manors. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to say that we're in Wilton Manors, and it's my first hurricane, and we're like sitting here, and I got a little pin light flashlight taped to my ceiling so where we can see what we're doing, me and my girlfriend, and I found it pretty romantic. It's all the devastation and stuff I can understand that's going on. It's like, I can't believe it. I'm from Los Angeles. I went through the earthquakes and stuff out there.
Yeah, people have had hurricane parties down here that are legend, and when the storm is going on and the party's going on, that's one thing. But then when the storm is over with...
that's when you really feel. I got called by my parents and stuff this morning, to find out if I lived through it. But I mean, this is the hard part.
Right.
Now the aftermath is where you really find out where it's hard to live through. No electricity. We're sitting here with no television. I don't know how devastating it is. I mean, I live in Little Wilton Manors. That's no big deal. But
you don't have electricity there.
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a guy here a little while ago say that he had electricity on Commercial in Oakland, and I live not even 3 blocks south of Oakland, and I don't have nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting here with nothing.
Do you have water?
No. Yeah, we got water, I think, but I don't know if it was just in the tank because we've been saving our water as much as possible because this is the first time we've
been... I've got Commissioner Larry Hawkins on the line, so I'm going to go to him. No, I'm not going to let you do anything. Let's go to Commissioner Hawkins. Hello.
Hi, Hank. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you, Commissioner?
Oh, a little shook up, actually.
I guess so. Like a lot of us. What? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem. Late this afternoon, just before it got dark, I had an opportunity to take a helicopter tour of South 8, and it's something that I certainly haven't seen since Southeast Asia. As a matter of fact, I'm driving from West Kendall now back toward Perrine, but people in Kendall and the Bird area and the people without electricity and phones have no idea how really lucky they are, although many of them we have had many problems. But the Homestead, Florida City, Cutler Ridge area, Hank, is just something that, like I say, it does look like the center of incredible 500-pound bomb. Some of the things that I saw that were just devastating to me personally was, for example, the migrant camp down south of Florida City. Actually, was just completely leveled. We went over about 8 or 10 trailer parks in the South 8 area. Literally, there wasn't anything over 2 or 3 feet tall there at all.
Commissioner, do you have any idea, or have you been informed regarding a casualty count or an estimate of? I know it's too early to estimate damage, but or how many people are homeless, but those types of statistics at all?
Yes, I do, Hank. Yes, I've been made aware. I just actually am coming from the Emergency Preparedness Center. The governor was down here. We're getting tremendous cooperation from the National Guard. They are moving units down here not only to help us with security patrols, but they're bringing they're bringing engineers down for road clearing and a number of other things that are in the area. They've also made 6 helicopters available to our fire rescue people. We lost two police helicopters and a fire rescue helicopter at when the roof collapsed at the Tamiami Airport.
Yeah, I saw that report. How many people are homeless in your estimation?
I would really hate to say, Hank, but I will tell you that it certainly is in the thousands.
Mm-hmm. It's in the aftermath of all this, and in the meetings that you've attended, do you think that everybody did what they could, and that as far as the result is concerned, nature just overcame all that?
The thing that everybody at the command center has been struck by, with all deference to those who have been injured and those who are homeless, is the really lack of death. We're under 20 at this point confirmed deaths, but we do have a number of areas that we have not been able to get to that are inaccessible so far. Communications has been a big problem. We've got the federal disaster team down here as well as the state disaster team. Governor Childs and, as you know, President Bush have both been here. Governor Childs is on the scene. helping and being briefed on a regular basis. The National Guard, as I said, has been incredible in what they've been able to do. The damage is certainly in the billions. Chrome Avenue and Homestead doesn't exist anymore. For all practical purposes, we sent the first 150 guardsmen we sent down to Homestead to augment some of the problems they're having down there. If any of your listeners are out there, I would just ask them, actually beg them to do two things. One is to understand that it's going to be, it may be quite a while before FP&L is able to get us, and Southern Bell is able to get communications back. Stay off the streets if you don't need to. Please live by the curfew. And if you live in any place other than, if you live in the curfew area south of Kendall Drive or any of the areas where they've asked you not to go in, I can guarantee we've had people going down US 1 and other roads with camcorders trying to, take pictures of this stuff, of the falls or the Cutler Ridge Fall and other places. I guarantee it's not going to be cleaned up for a long time. You'll have plenty of time to sightsee, but you really are taking literally your life in your hands if you start to do any of that stuff.
Commissioner, we've had a few calls from people who evacuated or who are residents of the Kendall area who want to get back in there and wondered about the restriction and how long that's going to be in effect for that Kendall, from Kendall south.
They will be allowed in. Hank, if they can show identification of where they're going and they're going to their home.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for checking in with us. And it's when I said earlier that it's going to take years to rebuild the damage from this, I don't think that's underestimating it.
I wouldn't say it's underestimating it at all. Some of it will never be rebuilt, Hank.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Commissioner Larry Hawkins, it's 10:52 here on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD and WFLC. We have just a few minutes left with you here tonight, and then we will be resuming our regular programming with Larry King, and tomorrow we will be back on a regular programming schedule with Mike Ranieri in the morning, Neil Rogers, Rick and Suds, Sports Talk, and then our show at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Do we need a break, Scotty? Okay, we'll take our final break up till 11 o'clock.
Listening to a live special edition of the Hank Goldberg Show from our sister station in Miami on News Talk Radio 620 WSUN.
Fairly incredible to consider that 24 hours ago our county was intact, our area, our South Florida area was intact, and today we're in a rubble, living in rubble. And it's interesting to listen to the calls and listen to the tones of voice that you hear from people depending on where they call from. Almost cavalier in some areas, people griping in some areas about not having this or not having that. But when you talk to people who have been in South Dade, who either live there or have seen the destruction there, and you listen to the tone of their voices, then you find out what this storm has wreaked, whatever, here in South Florida. Let's go to, we'll take a couple more calls in Miami Lakes. Hello.
Hello, yes. I am here in Miami Lakes. Thank God nothing happened over here, just a couple of trees on the road, and we do have electricity. We've been listening to...
You have electricity in Miami Lakes?
Yeah, we got electricity. I'm in the Moors in Miami Lakes.
Uh-huh.
We got the phones and electricity. We haven't been able to hear anything from specifically from the Keys, the middle Keys, and down, further down.
I can tell you that the further down you go, the better it is. The area around Key Largo had some problems, and also around Ocean Reef. But as you went south, they had minimal damage.
Minimal damage.
Right.
Do you know if the roads are open to drive down there?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Can't answer that.
You can't go through Kendall, so there's a restriction going through Kendall as of now.
Even on the turnpike? Or the
turnpike, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
You're not, no.
I think the turnpike's open.
Yeah, there were some parts open.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, we're coming up to 11 o'clock here on WIOD, and I thank you for your participation in the last 3 hours, the people who have called us with information that we've been seeking. I certainly do appreciate that. We'll be back here tomorrow night at 11, or at 8 o'clock, rather, and I'm sure that we'll still be talking about the aftermath of this horror that has been the last 18 hours or so here in South Florida. Anyway, Dan Stewart is standing by for news. As I said, Larry King will follow him. We'll be giving you news reports throughout the night. And remember, there is a curfew in effect. Stay off the streets of Dade County. And unless it's an absolute emergency or you have to be someplace. It's 11 o'clock, and we will see you tomorrow.